One of the things I've been talking about even before the pandemic on this show is the housing bubble, because I went through it. I lost, some of you know the story, some of you don't. I lost my house to foreclosure in 2010, and I was a victim of, basically these, banking companies and real estate. Like it was, it was pretty awful what I went through. I've told the story numerous times. You can look back and watch it on the channel. So I really have been trying to, prepare you folks that watch me on a regular basis to be ready for another housing bubble. And there was a housing bubble before COVID. Now it got worse, which is why 2 years ago, when the shutdown first happened, I got more educated about Bitcoin, and I've invested in some Bitcoin and some other altcoins, Ethereum and some other altcoins, because I want to be prepared for when the markets crash, because we're already in a recession. We're already in one. So it's not the people talking about it now. I'm going to show you 3 different sources. One of them is Peter Schiff. So it's not just like outliers like Zero Hedge or this show or whatever. It's like people that are tracking, who are financial reporters, that people who follow in the mainstream corporate media, and they're saying this is happening. And so I just want to show you, this is what they're saying now. So could this housing market crash be worse than 2008? That just came out November 4th. Okay. So there's that. This is Peter Schiff. The real estate bubble is losing air and financial crisis is coming. Now, there's certain things I don't know that I necessarily agree with everything on Peter Schiff about, but he is someone that is pretty well versed and pretty knowledgeable about the financial markets. And no, look, nobody has a crystal ball, but again, I talked numerous times before the pandemic on this show about the housing bubble. I showed you there was a car loan bubble. There's a student loan bubble. We've talked about all this stuff. And what COVID did was the single greatest upwards transference of wealth. And not a lot of people were putting homes on the market. So the real estate has gone up. It's starting to come down a little, but still. This is what was in the Peter Schiff article. This is on his website. A 30-year fixed rate mortgage is now above 7% because the Fed just hiked the interest rates again, which some people are like, that's a bad idea. That means that even if you pay a little less, your financing cost is much higher. On top of that, you have higher insurance prices, higher property taxes, and higher maintenance costs, right? If the markets crash and the dollar is starting to drop a little bit, and there's mass layoffs, which I've already shown you on this program a couple months ago, they're starting to happen. Despite the Biden administration saying, oh, we're not in a recession, we're in a recession. And when people can't afford to pay their bills and they can't afford all of these costs that Peter Schiff is talking about, then there's going to be mass homes going on the market, which will drop the prices down. There'll be people that are mass foreclosures and short sales. That's really bad news. That's what happened in 08.